This table is more of a historic table showing 2 or 3 items. Number one, 1947 and 48 when the IJA was originally formed. It also has other items of very good interest. Our first president was here. He's on the cover of Jugglers World. Art Jennings, that's one of his clubs, signed. This next picture here is of Betty Gorham. Here is the history of the IJA. In 1947, the very first person that Roger Dollarhide, the then secretary, received dues from, the $1 dues, was Betty Gorham from Iowa. She was a very popular juggler in the 50s. She married a man, Willard, which was a hand balancer. They now reside in California, 60 plus years later. Her name appears here, Betty Gorham, as the very first member to pay dues. Getting to Roger Montadon here, there are 3 articles from Roger. Here he is. He lived in Bixby, Oklahoma. He was a writer. He's got a letter that he received from the great W.C. Fields on his letterhead, dated 1934. This also, I feel, is the true founder of the IJA. Roger, every year, sends in his picks for the nomination of the board members. Here's a letter that was received 2 days ago here, and it had his picks on for voting. This is a commemorating 50 years ago the IJA festival. It just happens that these 2 men came here, both of them being former presidents of the IJA. Tommy Curtin, he was here earlier, and Hovey Burgess. This is 1963 again, and then we go over, this is a picture of one of the charter members, just something Bobby Jewell. He was quite a popular juggler in Europe. He wrote a book that took 20 years to do so, His Life as a Juggler. He only had about 11 printed just for his family members. He had given me one. I love you, Bobby. He has a regular name, but he prefers to be known just as Bobby Jewell. Here is the 1963, this is the first 1948 festival. And this is the host of it, which was Harry Lind and 3 other jugglers passing clubs. This is Buster Bernard, and we'll go into these 2 programs 50 years ago. As you see, 1963 on here and 1963 on here, the 16th annual festival. Here is the International Jugglers Association founder and charter members. The only 2 surviving at this time is Bobby Jewell, who is 88, and Roger Montadon in his 90s. One is a charter member, Roger is a founder. Bobby Jewell happened to have a show the day that the founders got together, otherwise he would have been known as one of the founders. Here is Nick Gatto, Anthony Gatto's stepfather. He was with the Los Gatos. This is in the 1948. He was one of the members. I think he's about 5th or 6th on the list for joining the IJA back then.